So to start with our cabinet design, we first have to make sure our units are in inches. Yan. Nagamit tayo ng inches. So we will create a sketch muna. From this plane, we will use a rectangle and we'll type our measurement. Let's give it 40 inches and 65 inches. Ayan. Ayan yung maging base natin. So we'll extrude it by 3 inches above. Ayan siya. Next thing we're going to do is create a sketch. The line will be 2 inches apart from each other. So after nyan, select natin to, extrude by 37 inches. And then, yan siya. Okay, so next thing is, itong part na to, sketch tayo nyan, line. It's, from this part, it's gonna be 13.75. Now this, we extrude this by, let's say, 38 inches. And okay. Ayan. So may ganyan na tayo. So maglalagay na tayo ng roof here. Sketch. So use a 2-point rectangle. And kompletuhin lang natin to. Yan. Finish sketch. Tapos yung kapal niya is same lang sa kapal ng baba. Let's make it 3 inches. Okay, so 3 inches. And ayan. Yan ang table natin. So, yung buong body, this one, let's move it up para ilagay natin yung gulong sa baba. Let's make it siguro 5 inches above. Our next thing to do is we're gonna put we're gonna put 4 wheels, mga caster, dito. 1, 2, 3, 4. So yung gagamitin natin model para sa gulong sa baba is kukunin natin sa GrabCAD. Here. Yan. Ito yung gagamitin natin. So we're gonna download the model. Let's just wait. Ayan. Tapos, buksan natin. Let's upload a file. Ayan. Let's use this. Alright, so meron na tayong caster roda plate swivel. We will insert it into our current design. And ayan siya. So, sarado natin to. Now, let's see our wheel. Rotate natin siya 90 degrees. And Ikutin natin. Ayan. Ano pala? Tingnan natin. Yan, 2.71. Pwede na. Then, ito. Let's remove this. Delete. Move pa natin siya. Now we have to make another one para dito. So let's do that. Gawa tayo copy. Move natin siya by, let's say, 59 inches. Ayan, 59 inches. Tapos move natin siya ng 34 inches. Ayan. So, ganyan siya. Ayan. So, yung susunod natin gagawin is maglalagay tayo ng butas para sa mga gulong natin dito. Ayan. So, yung gagawin natin is we're gonna click on hole, then we're gonna click this area, tapos ito yung butas na gagamitin natin. Ayan. So ano siya, dapat 1.5 inch. Ayan, tapos hole type simple, and hole tap type is tap. Offset, let offset full, and drill point flat. Yan. Tapos, ito yung gagamitin natin for our thread type, size, designation, class, and right hand direction. Pantayin lang natin ng sakto. Yan. Ganyan natin. Ayan. Ganyan. Okay, so may hole na tayo para sa screw na ipapasok. Ayan, ayan siya. And we'll do the same thing for the others. So ayan, dito, and sa other wheels. So let's create a hole. Ayan. So, nalagyan na natin siya ng butas. So, pag tinakpan natin yung mga to, dyan sila ipopwesto. Ayan. Next thing I'm gonna do is I will put a engraving of our names here. Sketch, let's say this, and Simula tayo with ace. Yan. Simula ganyan lang. Center natin. Yan. Tapos circle tayo. Siguro mga 5 inches. 5. Pwede na. 5.5. Yan. Ayan. Tanggalin natin yan. And then, pati ito. Ito. Okay. Next is, gagawa tayo ng text. So, nalagay ko yung names ng mga kagrupo ko. Si Angela, Noel, Diana. Okay, mukhang maayos naman. And negative 0.5. Yan. Yan na yan. May engraving na tayo. There we go. So we could like move the entire thing downward. Di pala. Pero ito na siya. Ayan. So yung next natin na gagawin is maglalagay tayo ng screws dito sa mga holes natin. Pero first, we have to make all our holes naka-model. Yeah, model pala ito. Yan. So we're gonna do that dito sa lahat. There we go. So lahat ng circles natin naka-model na. Now let's add fastener. So dito tayo sa fastener. Then let's pick bolt and screws. So ayan, may screws na ang baba ng table natin para makabit yung caster wheels. So yeah, ayan siya.
For the drawer slide, let us first create a sketch on the XY plane and draw a rectangle of 38 by 29.5 inches. and extrude it upwards by 16 inches. Using the shell command, let's hollow out the extruded rectangle with a wall thickness of 1 inch. Then let's extend the front walls so that it would properly fit the drawer side of the cabinet. So let's select the top plane again and create a new sketch and construct the following lines. And extrude it upwards by 1.5 inches. Setting that aside, let's move on to the drawer slides. First, let's create a section analysis for better visibility. I'll be selecting this plane. And on the right side, I'll be creating a new sketch. Using the line tool on the back edge of the starting from the midpoint, create a line going upwards or downwards by 1 inch. And from that point, sketch a rectangle of 2 by 37 inches. And extrude it by 0.5 inches. Make sure that the operation is set to new body. Then let's toggle off the section analysis. And let's create an offset plane in the YZ plane by 48.25 inches. Now using the mirror tool, select the right drawer slide and the mirror plane, which is the offset plane, to create another drawer slider on the other side. After that, we'll be making these three bodies into components so that we can use the join tool to enable the sliding mechanism within Fusion 360. I'll just rename this. Before we use the join tool, let us first create a sketch on this side of the drawer. And at the front edge by the midpoint, sketch a 1 by 1 rectangle. Then from that point, let's sketch a 2 by 37 inch rectangle. And extrude it inwards by 0.5 inches. And do the same on the other side. Now using the join tool, select the following points. And on the motion tab, select on slider and make sure it is along the y-axis. And set the following parameters. So first, let's test the sliding mechanism. So let's make sure these sliders are grounded to the parent. Then by clicking and dragging the drawer, you can see that it slides well. And lastly, let us create the handle of the drawer. So clicking on the plane, let us create a new sketch. On the top left, on the top corner, let's create a construction line going down by 4.5 inches. And another line going across the drawer horizontally. And make it a construction line. And using its midpoint and the center rectangle tool, let us create a rectangle of 2 by 8 inches. And extrude that by 1.5 inches. Then on the top plane of the handle, create another sketch. I'm using the line tool. Draw a construction line going 1.5 inches to the using the 2-point rectangle tool. From that point, create a 1 by 5 rectangle. select the rectangle and extrude it downwards. So let's select this other side of the plane in order to create a final hang down. So again, let's test the sliding mechanism. So that is all for the sliding drawer demonstration of this cabinet.
So for this portion of the video, we will now be sketching the hinge door. So first step is we are going to use the 2-point rectangle tool to measure the door frame. Now we are going to extrude it to give some volume to the hinge door. Now we are going to move it to the side and position it in relative to the hinge and the cabinet. So next step, we are now going to sketch for the handle of the cabinet door. We are going to use the line tool, extrude it outwards, and then to create the hole for the cabinet door, so like the one on the drawer, we are going to sketch another rectangle and then extrude it through sideways. Now we are going to import our hinge from MacMaster Car component. We are going to select a standard half mortise mount hinge that suits our cabinet style. Now that we have the hinge, we are going to rotate and then position it relative to the cabinet and the cabinet door. For this case, we are going to use two similar hinges, so we only need to duplicate the hinge once. In order for the components to work as intended, we need to turn the bodies of the hinge and the cabinet door into components. We are now going to use the as-built joint feature to ensure that we can make the hinge work as intended. So here we are going to connect the one side of the hinge to the cabinet door and set it to rigid. And also we are going to set the other side of the hinge to the cabinet and set it also as rigid. Next up, we are going to use the as-built joint again to create the relationship between the one side of the hinge to the middle part of the hinge, which controls the spinning mechanism. In this case, we are going to use the revolute joints and then using the top and bottom portion of the metal pin in the middle of the hinges to create the rotating motion for our hinges. To make sure that the box doesn't rotate during the motion, we are going to set the relationship of the cabinet to the metal pin on the hinge as rigid. That way, only the cabinet door rotates as intended. To test out if the cabinet door is working as intended, we are going to click on Assemble and then the Drive Joints feature. And as you can see, the cabinet door swings and works as intended.
So good day everyone, and today I'm going to present my part, which is the decoration or specifically the vase. So now let's start with inserting a canvas or a picture, which is this one, this vase. So let's select a plane, and the plane that I chose is this plane. Let's do it again. I misclicked it. So the plane that I'll be using is this plane, and let's go up. Let's sketch it. And I think it's good. So next thing is we need to calibrate it. Calibrate this one, and from here to here. It's 28.17. Okay. Then let's press enter. Now, in order to create a 3D model for this. Let's sketch. So create new sketch and let's draw a line from the middle. So there and here. And the next thing we will do is use a split point spline. So let's redo it. Can do it here. It's and there we go. So if we enter that and revolve it, so to make it 3D, we must revolve it. So revolve and that's it. The 3D plane. So we have to enter that. So let's hide this one. So in order to make the this one shallow, let's shell it and select a face. In this case, 0.5 will do. So yeah, I think that this one is already okay. And we'll just move this. So in bodies, this is the body 16. We must move it from here to we must move from here to here to make it more presentable. And just gonna have to and yeah, I think it will do. So yeah, let's just press enter, escape, and there we go. Here is the final project. This is our final project, and thank you for watching. So, in conclusion, with the collaboration of Group J and Group G, or DuoJ and DuoG, we were able to accomplish the task, which is a 3D cabinet, and each of us has different tasks to do. So, for example, uh, Miss Diala was the one to create the sliding door, drawer lock, and handle. Mr. Karandang was the one who made the base or the casing, plus wheels and the markings on the back. So Mr. Beltran was the one responsible for the cabinet door with hinges. And lastly, Mr. Digia was the one who made the decorations, specifically the base. So through the completion of this project, we were able to apply essential 3D design and modeling skills by creating a detailed cabinet model. The process enhanced my understanding and our understanding of design principles such as dimensioning, assembling components, and rendering realistic outputs. So using this using this software allowed us to visualize the cabinet structure accurately and explore design adjustment efficiently. So all in all, this project strengthened our technical proficiency in CAD software and demonstrated how digital modeling can be used to plan and present practical furniture designs effectively. So thank you, and I hope you enjoyed our presentation and our final product or final project.